Okay, so if you're wondering why I'm dancing, first of all, we are very thankful to be here. This is 2026. Happy New Year! Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to all my viewers, loved ones, people that have taken it, as their call to watch our videos. You that when once you drop a post, bam, you're always there to watch our video. What else would I say? Thank you so much for 2025. Thank you so much for following us. You that share, like, and watch, and comment on our video. We can't thank you enough and to say thank you. So happy New Year once again to you. We are here and we are back for 2026, and we are grateful to God that 2026 is here. And what else? We'll take it. So now today I just feel like, okay, let's talk about what happened in 2025 around the energy sector. Maybe we will as well also do it for the stock market. But let's first of all talk about what happened in 2025. So it's gonna be a two-way conversation. You're gonna tell me what happened in 2025, as well as I will also speak a little to what happened in 2025. So let's go. One of the things I want to talk about in 2025, it's a very dynamic year. It came with a lot of things. It's a year that started with so much hope, and although they say hope is not a strategy, but it was a year that came with so much potential around the oil and gas downstream sector, and we started the year. First of all, we are still grateful for the fact that we have our own indigenous refinery that is owned by the Dangote Group, which is the Dangote Refinery. So first of all, we have established that issues of scarcities and all of that are out of the way. But how did we start the year? We started the year first of all with one that made headlines when the Dangote Group announced that in the year 2025 is going to make trucking, going to send petroleum products, using their own trucks. As at that time, note that the Dangote Group hasn't procured those trucks, but they just brought out the information that they were going to get product delivered to people for free. And we saw that particular news making around the entire nation, where truck owners, different associations coming to say this is not good for the business, you want to kill our business, while Nigerians on the other hand were very happy and excited that is going to make product land at a very reasonable price, and marketers are going to sell and also make profit. There was a different opinion by different people, tanker owners, complaining that they will take jobs out of them. I did a video on that, my opinion on whether the Dangote Group is going to take jobs out of people or not, but that was my own opinion. And today we are here, 2026, nobody has taken anybody's job. So that was one of the news that went around in 2025. Also in 2025, we also got another news where still on the Dangote, when the Dangote Group at some point were routing out products through the MRS Group, just to make product land and sold at a very competitive price at the pump. So we saw that making rounds where MRS Group became the hit of town. And during this period, MRS Group, that had so many abandoned stations nationwide, was now filled, with queues and everywhere. At that point, even our own indigenous NNPC, retail could not even compete with MRS, because the Dangote Group was routing out products during the MRS Group. MRS were expanding. Their stations that were abandoned all came to life. They were, getting stations and everything, and product was landing, very affordable price, and customers were happy. Do you know what that happened? It actually at some point made customers and the public to get back to the MRS group and see them as their savior around the oil and gas industry. Yes. So that was another bill that made round in 2025. So also in 2025, we had what we call a consolidation where the NNDPRA came out and said there was news where the Aliko Dangote sued NNDPRA leadership as well as marketers for import license, and he referred that to the PIA, that they were not supposed to be given license and that importation was supposed to have stopped. So we will face our own indigenous refinery for one. So that also makes a headline and news around the oil and gas downstream. But at some point, they came into dialogue and that court case was withdrawn. So if you were waiting to see who won that case, nobody actually won that case. That case was withdrawn. So another thing that happened within the industry also in 2025 is the fact that we had at some point what I call consolidation between the MRS, the Dangote refinery as well as marketers. Everything got settled and we're flowing at the same pace. In 2025, we also saw within the industry that the MRS group had to come back fully. I've spoken about that a bit. So to the downstream. In 2025, we had so much running battles. While we had good news of product landing at a cheaper rate, we saw customers, looking into the Dangote, scheme where the Dangote had to invite marketers to say, you know what, come and register with us. Come and register and buy product from us. So you buy product from us, we are going to deliver this product to you for free. The Dangote group also announced that if you buy 500 liters, we are going to give you 500 liters also a credit of 10 days. And then afterwards, you can pay back at your own, pace after 10 days, but you're going to issue an LC. We also saw that same time when the Dangote group was having different bonuses also in 2025. 2025 was full with bonuses. Also in 2025, we had what I call the mega showdown. There was a power tussle within the leadership of the NNDPRA as well as the leadership of the Dangote group. And that particular tussle, that particular one led to so many things that I'm sure you don't want to imagine. But we're going to talk about that. So that particular showdown led to a lot of things. So in 2025, we had where the chairman of the Dangote refinery, which is Aliko Dangote, came out to accuse the leadership of NNDPRA for sabotage. I'm sure all of you are waiting to hear that particular one. Yes, where he came out, he alleged of how much the authority chief then was spending for school fees. He brought out some document to support his claim, and also invited the anti-graft agency to investigate, the authority chief, as well as we have the authority chief. We have the Act, NNDPRA Act, and the Commission. So he also said that they should investigate both. That's, what happened led to the urgent resignation of these two principal officers. That also happened in 2025. And in 2025 also, interestingly, we saw where the Dangote Group cash product, to 699 per liter, even when product has gone as high as 900 and something naira that we're buying at the depot end. That product was crashed, and that significantly impacted the pump price and also reduced the cost of petroleum product also at the pump price. All that happened in 2025, and in 2025 a lot happened. 2025, in 2025 they also told us that our refineries were working. So I don't know if they're actually working or if they're not working. But you know what? A lot of other things happen. Even the issue of the oil and gas downstream with the Nigerian Senate, the investigation into the ARCO committee, and so many other things happen. But you know what? Like I said, it's going to be an honest conversation between yourself and myself. I want you to tell me what happened in 2025. And I want you to tell me what you want us to talk about as we go fully into 2026. Are you interested in us talking about the battle between NSDPRA leadership and the Dangote refinery, or Alhaji Aliko Dangote? Are you also interested in us talking about the invitation of the anti-graft agency? Let me tell you, are you even aware that after the resignation of the authority chief and other principal officers of NSDPRA, at some point, after the allegation and everything has settled down, you know that Alhaji even thought of it and said, let him go back to the anti-graft and tell them to please drop this case. You know now, the case has led to, I didn't know it was going to go that far. It has led to one thing or the other, it has led to one thing or the other, that the anti-graft agency should please, withdraw. Alhaji wanted to withdraw the case, or wanted to withdraw the case, the case now, the case that he, and the allegations he leveled against the leadership, he wanted to withdraw it. The anti-graft agency said, no, we already have the case, and we have collected the case, and we are going to do the case. How that will happen in 2025. So there's so much for us to talk about, but I want to hear from you. What happened in 2025 around you? I mean, let us know. Did petroleum product reduce its price? Did you get product, much cheaper? Can you say that 2025 is a better year for us around the industry? Can you also say that 2025 is what you look up to? What are your expectations for 2026? Are you looking for something better? Do you want to buy a product at 200 naira? Everything is possible, in this country. Everything is possible. So let us know. Let me know your thought at the comment section. What happened in 2025 that I have not mentioned? Or do you agree with me to some of the issues I have mentioned? Like I said, there's a whole lot that happened in 2025, but I just wanted to bring your memory of some of the issues that happened in 2025, the good, the bad, the one that make us to dance, the one that make us to cry, but we had a good time in 2025. So let me know at the comment section what you feel and what your thoughts are for this 2025 wrap up of the year, and what your expectations, what are you looking forward to in this 2026? What do you expect, and where are your expectations tailored for 2026? Let me know all this in the comment section, and I'll be very, very glad to speak to you and revert to you on what you feel and what your thoughts are. So once again, I want to thank you so much for listening and staying true, to this channel. I don't take your time for granted. Really look forward to having a good time this 2026. And I say from me to you, bye.